Hey, Aries family. I hope you are doing really well. And here we go into the February conversation because, man, this month is wild. It has this character to it that I haven't run across for a little while, a number of months. And of course, every month, every week, every day is different. We're always working in different energetic cycles, but there's something about February. It's like a hallway between two worlds. And you have to kind of enjoy being in this hallway and the information and the way it's coming through and what it wants to give you. So that's kind of the way I would describe it this month. Now, Aquarius season's nice for Aries. You know, it's a great time. It's 11th house energy. It's an air sign, so it's like very sociable and fun and playful. And then, of course, as we hit the end of the month into Pisces season, this is where you're going to be checking in, slowing down, getting grounded, getting rooted before your birthday season, before those big doors open up. So keep that in mind as the month evolves, that you are getting ever deeper and more richly involved in how you're resetting, how you're checking in with your energy, all of that beautiful stuff. There are a few big placements for you. I'm going to keep it simple because I have a focus going on. So we have a new moon in Aquarius. Once again, very social, very light. What do you want your missions to be in life? Just checking in. Just check in. New moons are great for checking in. Quieting, grounding, getting centered. Really good for that. The other moon that we have this month is the full moon in Virgo. 0-degree moon, once again. One of these doorway energies where we're stepping from one energetic phase to the next. And we've been doing this for a few months. We will be doing it continuing forward for a few months. These full moons, 0-degree full moons, they're really workshopping some stuff in our lives. For you in Virgo, that's that 6th house, how you're taking care of your energy, your health, your daily routines, your habits, what you're eating. Very practical, balancing out, nurturing energy is going on there with the Virgo. So check in on that. Now, the big thing for you guys, the thing that I want to really make sure that we have a little chat about is that Chiron is going to be meeting you guys as Pisces season begins, right? And of course, Chiron transits for many years. He will be with you until 2027, I believe. And I know a lot of you are worried about that. And a card, just like as I said that, a card fell all the way over here. Wow. Knight of Wands. Okay. This is actually really nice in the context of what I'm about to say when it comes to Chiron. I know some of you are nervous about this because Chiron is known as the wounded healer, right? His whole thing is bringing up where we feel we are wounded or have struggles and having us workshop them. Empress and Moon. There's a lot of divine feminine healing energy in the air in February, and this is where we are getting our healing. This is where we are getting our information. This is where we are getting our abundance. And there's something you are reflecting on when it comes to this type of divine feminine energy that you need, Aries. And that's kind of where I'm going with this Chiron conversation. So yeah, he can bring that up. When he's hanging out with your energy, he can bring up where you feel challenged, where you feel hurt. But here's the thing. This is one of the most empowering, noble energies that we have in our charts, that we have in our system. And what he's trying to do is to help you find healing, to help you find strength. 10 of Cups. Nice. I like it. So you've just got to be willing to kind of go to some old patterning. You have to be willing to check in with where you maybe have self-protected via old habits, old patterns. You have to kind of just be willing to tap into some of those spaces when Chiron's with you. It's a long transit, which means this is not something that needs to be happening in acute, poignant ways this month or next month. This is something that you will be gently and slowly working with for a number of years. So don't worry. That's my point. The other thing I wanted to mention about February that's kind of interesting is that February 14th, Valentine's Day, Mars, your ruling planet, is going into Taurus, and that is going to be a conversation where that masculine drive, that cardinal fire energy drive that you guys have in your bones, is going to be met with the feminine, understanding, observational energy of Taurus. So be aware that you have King of Wands. Look at that. You got Knight of Wands and King of Wands. You have a lot of power this month, Aries. You have a lot of centered power. If you are willing to check in with some of this psychosomatic stuff going on, if you're willing to check in with some energy field things going on, you will find you are very empowered. But you kind of got to be willing to ride this ride. We all do. Devil came up. There's some introspection going on here. There's some analysis going on here. That is what it is, my friends. There's some analysis going on as far as what is working for you and what is not. Two of Swords. The scales are getting rebalanced here a little bit. And also, you're being forced to get introspective. King of Pentacles. Okay. I'm going to stop there. Okay, one thing I'm noticing, you have a lot of grounding energy in this reading, and you have a lot, oh my God. And by the way, this Seven of Cups is at the bottom of the deck. I was just putting it down, and it's like, there it is again. And Seven of Cups has been everywhere this month. I have not been able to get away from this card for February, and that's because this is how we're doing our work this month. Everybody. Pretty much everybody is being forced to do the energetic signature frequency work. And that's always true, but this month especially. If you try and do it in that more aggressive, I have a to-do list, I'm going to make all the phone calls, I'm going to get in the car, I'm going to do this, it will feel frustrating, more frustrating than ever. It's just interesting. You have a lot of grounded energy in this reading, which is telling me, Aries, two factors that will help you embody your beautiful, powerful, strong, forward-focused energy, is in grounding and in checking into some deep emotional caverns. And you need to do both of these this month. That's what I'm really noticing. Yes, this is kind of it's partially because you're starting to lead into birthday season. You're starting to lead into Aries season. That means this is a good time to do that. It also is because you're starting a longer transit that's personal to your energy, which is this Chiron placement. And it's good to get connected and grounded in with it early on so that the transit will be a positive one for you and not something that just seems as though it's happening to you. So let's see here. So you got the Knight of Wands, which I love. So here's that fire power. Maybe you have other fiery power energies around you. You may even start off the month feeling very vigorous and like you want to just jump into every project. You're ready to go. You're ready to just take some risks. You're ready to just say your opinion and move about. That's fine. That's good. Be you, Aries. I would never tell you guys not to be yourselves. I would never tell you to dim your fire or to be ashamed of your intensity or to stop your beautiful way of being. But being a fellow, I have a lot of fire in my chart. So being a fellow fire sign, I understand this. Whatever we're born with, we are also learning how to balance it all out, right? So a lot of times when we are in an interesting energetic time, we're asked to kind of utilize some of our other talents and skills. And that's what's coming up here. So you have that initial firepower. And then we hit right into this divine feminine energy. Now for you, yes, there's some Taurus energy here. There's some Cancer energy here. Maybe you have those energies around you in your life. Definitely possible. But the bigger thing here is that these are about slowing down and holding soft space, and each in a different way. The Empress wants you to ground and love in the physical, right? She's so much about the beauty of being in this physical world, and understanding that crops grow slowly, that plants open up in their time, that the more we savor the process and the more we savor like the physical, sensual, slow unfolding of things, the more it will give us. She's so focused on abundance. It's this beautiful Venus love energy. And it's very earthy, and actually Venus is going to be in Capricorn for most of the month. So there's this really earthy, sensual nature to Venus as she moves through there. I really like it. And it does have to do with taking care of your body, taking care of your physical self, slowing down, nurturing, checking in. We've got to take care of that fire somehow, right? That fire can't burn if we're not taking care of ourselves. And what goes a step deeper underneath this earthy, sensual, slow burning energy, if we can trust into this, we start getting into moon energy. Now, moon energy is about secret emotions a lot of times. It's about the things we're holding very tight and close to ourselves that we don't look at all the time. It's not out in the daylight. It's something that doesn't get illuminated all the time. And it's something that we sometimes let build over time. So when we tap into moon energy, what we're doing is we're tapping into some truths within our emotional selves, our emotional body, our emotional experience that we need to address. Now, the moon can be very seductive. We can get sucked into it and start overthinking and looping and howling at the moon, as the phrase goes, like these wolves or dogs are doing in the card. But what you're being asked to do here is to address something and rebalance something. You are being asked to really take a hard, firm look at it and make sure that you're being truthful about it. Any old patterning, any old emotional wounds. Once again, we're starting a long cycle for you guys that's very personal. And we are closing out the Uranus cycle too. Once March hits, this is the last of Uranus this month, you guys. So you are closing out. Here's a big thing. You are closing out the last 7 years of lessons. And there's something that you're needing to culminate there. There's something you're needing to kind of look over those cycles and come to terms with and make whole. So underneath your fiery go-getter attitude, there's a deeper lesson going on. Now, if you're willing to do that, here's what I'm seeing. Deep connection, deeper connection, contentment, understanding, better communication, long-term commitment. But I will tell you this, the way that these cards are showing up, the depth of the energy that's showing up, it's like if you can't check in with some of these parts of yourself, it will be harder to fully manifest this 10 of Cups, right? It will elude you a little bit. The 10 of Cups wants to be in your life. It wants to exist. It wants to give you all these gifts. There's something in your bones and your energetic signature that is showing this card to me, that is showing this beautiful relationship, a partnership, but it really does swing on your ability to sit with something that maybe you're holding yourself back. Maybe you're saying you can't have this. Maybe this scares you. I don't know. For everybody, that's going to be different, but there's some power going on in the feminine healing. That's for sure. Now, when we get to the top row of cards, we have some things going on, because like what I'm noticing is there are some decisions that need to be made in your life. Generally speaking, and for everybody that's going to be different. How you're using your time, who you're in relationships with, where you're living, what have you. Like just look at these two. Here you are, King of Wands, all empowered. You see clearly. You think you know where you're going. You know, King of Wands can be a little stubborn, a little forceful, a little bit knowing, I already know the answers. Same with the Devil, right? And the thing with the Devil, here's where there's some complex relationship stuff going on and coming up with you, Aries, because the Devil, unlike the 10 of Cups, is about feeling a little bit imprisoned, is feeling a little bit locked in, is feeling a little bit like you're chained to old patterning. And the Devil, when he shows up, what he wants you to do is he wants you to workshop that. What is it about that feeling of being chained up? What is it about your work routines, your work habits, your stubborn state of mind, where you're feeling that you need to go? What is it about that that's making you feel a little bit locked in? There's something that needs to be shifted to free you. And I think you haven't seen it yet, which is where this kind of intuitive energetic work that I was talking about with the Seven of Cups is coming in. Because if we allow ourselves to have that curiosity about what the information is that wants to come in, if we're allowing ourselves to let it be revealed to us, we can unlock some old chains on ourselves, on our hearts, on our beings, on our routines, on our relationships. Don't be so certain you know what the outcome of February is going to be on February 3rd or 4th. Don't be so certain, because it's going to be surprising. It is going to pull you back. The energy is going to pull you back a few times this month and have you reassess. Two of Swords is often shows up when we need a protective moment to stop and slow down and not move so fast, not make decisions so quickly, not be so decisive. Like, the thing is, I love you guys. I love your ability to be decisive and your ability to just like dive in there, because we always get stuff done. We always make things happen. It's always really fun. I never have to sit there and be like, oh, is it going to happen or not? It's amazing strength of yours. But this month you are being asked to pull back a little bit. Let some information come through before you make a decision, because Two of Swords is often too, do you take this road or do you take this road? And really not knowing which road to take. And it's okay to not know right away. It's okay to sit here with this energy and let it pour through you. It is okay to let it sit in your bones for a moment. It will bring you good results. It'll bring you clear answers. Now, the King of Pentacles is here as well. You've got a couple of these kings. You've got all these really strong personalities, right? I feel like you're at least one of these. And there seems to be some other earthy energies around you as well, that are also pretty convinced of how things are going to go. But the other aspect of this is, with the Devil and with the King of Pentacles and also with the Empress, these are all really earthy energies. So when you're getting that much earth, ground. Get your feet on the ground a little bit. Slow down. Earth energy works. It understands process as an unfolding of piece by piece information. It understands the development of things over a period of time. Like, let this month bring you all the information. You don't always have to be Knight of Wands. You don't always have to be Knight of Wands for things to be okay in the world. You don't always have to be forging forward for things to be okay, for everybody else to be okay, for the projects to be okay, for your well-being to be okay. You put so much pressure on yourself sometimes, I think, to be that fiery go-getter, because it's scary to think that if you stop and you relax and you rest and you sit back and you let the information come through, that maybe everything will just stop working. Maybe the world will just stop working and you will suddenly be left with nothing. But that's not true. I can assure you that it's not true. You are being asked to get a little grounded. You are being asked to slow down a little bit. You are being asked to savor a little bit. But beautiful bounty is there. I don't want to undersell how beautiful these three cards are right here. And they are invitational to you. They are saying, be curious enough to go here with me, and I will deliver something very beautiful to you. It's an interesting month. That's all I'm going to say. I think every sign, it's like, I open it up and it's like, every sign's kind of having to go where they maybe don't want to have to go right away. And we're all having to kind of learn to use some new skill sets, or some skill sets that we don't necessarily always go to first, right? So just an observation about this whole process. I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for sitting here with me. You have no idea how much my fire family means to me. You all have been just the most amazing people in my life. If I ever need somebody to boost me up and get me fired up, I know who I'm calling. Yeah, I love you guys. You can find me on Instagram at the SARAHTAROT, or on my website, SARAHTAROT.com. Please go ahead and get over there if you want a private reading. I think I still have a few sessions during Aries season, and I would love to do some birthday readings, so go check out my calendar and see if there are. Also, I have the Flow series started. That is down in the description box. Please go check that out. I will be adding more episodes very, very soon, and I'm going to be sitting by the ocean very soon, so I'm hoping to really get inspired by water logic. Also, I have the year aheads on Vimeo as well, so go check those out if you haven't yet and you're looking for some inspiration for 2019. I'm also wearing PinkLune's gorgeous jewelry. She is one of the most amazing people in my life. She just hand makes everything and with so much love. 15% off. She's going to have tons of new stuff in her shop throughout February, so go check her out. Keep checking back in. One of a kind. Like anything that you get from her, you'll never see anywhere else. I will see you guys in March. We're going to be heading into Aries season soon, one of my favorite times of year. I can't wait. It's going to be amazing. I cannot tell you how excited I am for us to hit into the March readings. I love you guys so much. I will see you soon.